Morning guys, I'm starting my day, getting my coffee. Maintenance just came and put more Freon in. I'm not sure if I updated you on that situation. The situation was not fixed. So he came yesterday, put Freon in, he came today, put Freon in. Ninja, what in the world are you doing? And she's not happy because I gave her her medicine. She gets anti-anxiety drops and she did not appreciate it. But anyway, so yeah, so I learned that tomorrow is going to be a super fun day because he told me that they're going to replace the unit tomorrow, which is great because we're going to finally be done with this whole Freon problem. But he also said that the hallway will be full of debris. And I mean, we're going to have to get to the hallway at some point because the bathroom's over there, but I'll bring my phone charger and everything out in the living room to make that easier. And that we're also going to be without AC for 7 to 8 hours. So, not only is there going to be, you know, maintenance in the house all day, but there's going to be no AC tomorrow. And this whole like Freon thing, I've been out of AC for like 2-3 hours and I'm already like done with it. Should be a blast. The only one who will appreciate it is Bolt. I'll have to make sure his tank doesn't get above 85. It shouldn't. If it does, I'll have to figure out a way to cool it down, which is a lot easier than warming. Well, not since the heater, but maybe just like pour some cold water in there or something. Not a lot, not a lot shocking, but I'll cross that bridge if I come to it. But yeah, should be a blast. But I still do plan on filming that sit down video later today, now that I do feel better. So that'll be today's vlog. But I thought I'd fill you in on the wondrous joys of what Florida's been doing to me ever since we got back from vacation. So we'll just, yeah, it'll be fun. Totally, it'll be fine, but it'll be fun. So anyway, I'll see you guys later for that other video, and I'm going to go start my treatment. This is an essential for treatment. And either do my Spanish or play solitaire, because that's what I do on my treatments in the morning. So I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, so it is a while later. I was working on my puzzle for a while and kind of reached the, ignore the laundry on the couch, I was trying to hide it, but oh well, there's laundry back there in real life. I kind of reached the I'm getting irritated at my puzzle stage, and decided that I would go ahead and film what I wanted to talk about today. But before I do that, I should probably go and delete some old vlogs because I don't know how much space I have on this camera. This is going to be kind of a longer video, so I'm going to go do that real quick so it doesn't cut me off. Okay, I keep almost deleting the wrong clip, so we're gonna stop there. Before I go any further in this video, this is kind of your trigger warning. This video is going to discuss some sensitive things in regards to mental health, so just trigger warning, if you are struggling with your mental health or this is going to trigger you, please click off the video right now. I'll give you a second to do that, and now we're gonna jump right in. So this is something that's kind of been on my mind the past couple of days. Hang on, I feel like my sugar's being weird. Let's see. It's okay right now. This has kind of been on my mind the last couple of days because I'll just start off by saying the month of fun, the month of travel, also kind of turned into the month of hell. Not to say that it wasn't a fun month. I mean, I enjoyed, you know, I mean, my second nephew was born and I finally got to see my friend I hadn't seen in 5 years, and I got to spend time with my cousins who I hadn't seen in 3 years, you know. But there was also a lot that happened this month that was just not ideal. You know, losing Blondie, losing, what's her name? I can't think of the name now. Dude, my sugar is being weird. Biscuit, losing Blondie, losing Biscuit, losing Daisy. And just like literally 3 animals lost in 1 month. which reignited grief over Panda, and you know, Brooke, which, so just this whole cycle of grief, and also just losing Blondie for me was just like losing that last piece of my old life, if you will, like the life before everything changed, because that was already Panda, and I lost Panda. I was like, I still have Blondie, and then I lost Blondie, and then we lost Biscuit, and then we lost Daisy. You know, it was just I think losing Daisy hasn't sunk in yet, and it won't until I go back to Arkansas. But hang on, it says I'm 87, but I'm gonna go double check, because I feel like I'm not all there, so give me a second. That would be because I was headed down. Problem solved. Okay, so basically I say all of that to say that, and you know, also, even though I haven't technically lost my grandma, she's still here. Her dementia has gotten really bad, and so it feels like in a way I've lost her. So that was just another thing that's happened over the past year. I haven't really talked about that a lot, but it's something that has impacted me. So I say all that to say that all of this converging into one small span of time kind of flared up my symptoms. And if you don't know, I have PMDD, which is premenstrual dysphoric disorder. And last September of 2021, I started on Lorena to help it, and thankfully since October of 2021, because it was kind of, you know, I need a minute. Hang on, my sugar's just, give me a couple minutes. Okay, take 3. I shouldn't try to record when my sugar's low. Continuing, so in October of 2021, the meds started kicking in, and I started feeling like myself for the first time in a long time. Basically, since July of 2020, straight through to October of 2021, I was not really myself. I was dealing with a lot of mental health issues, and you know, anxiety, depression. These are like from the PMDD, but anxiety, depression, and just not myself, just not in a good place. And so I guess I'll go back to that to then say what I'm kind of thinking. There was times during that period of time, and you'll get the whole, like, I posted a video, I don't remember when, it was called My Story with Depression, and ironically I posted that March of 2021, and I said how I was starting to get better, and I was at that little blip of time, and then like 5 days later Panda died and it all went downhill. But so and I guess I should clarify these animal names if you guys haven't been around for a while. Panda was my Rottweiler Labrador mix. I had him for 8 years. He passed from hemangiosarcoma last year. Blondie was my neighbor's horse, but she was kind of mine. He even called her my horse. She was a little Palomino quarter horse. I think 14 something hands. She was pretty small. And she unfortunately passed away this year, and because last time I saw her was January of this year. And Biscuit was almost a yearling little pinto foal that also unfortunately passed away. Blondie broke her leg, and Biscuit, we don't know what happened to her. He guessed she got kicked because he just found him laid dead in the field. So and then Daisy was my mom's cat that we found out just a couple days after I left Arkansas. She had to be put to sleep because she got sick suddenly, and we found out she had lymphoma. So that's all the animals, and that's what happened to them. But anyway, what was I saying? Anyway, so it's during that period of time, especially intensified after losing Panda, I just was not in a very good place. It started up at the beginning of COVID, or a couple months after COVID, and then got a little bit better when I was watching my nephew last year, and then just greatly intensified after losing Panda. So I'm going to talk about that period of time. When I refer to this, I'm going to refer to that period of time between losing Panda and October. and I lost Panda in April of 2021. So there was a period of time where my PMDD and my depression got severe, just severe. There was really some not good things that happened, and it's not an easy thing to talk about on the internet, but it is something that's in the past, and it's going to make more sense if I give you what happened to talk about now, and why I'm thankful, and why the title of this video is I'm thankful that I'm stronger. Because last year I felt like I couldn't fight the PMDD anymore, and there was times where I just surrendered to it. I hurt myself. I had a lot of really bad nights, and I reached a very critical point. So yeah, I think you can kind of understand what I'm referring to with that. Nothing was attempted, but I will just say one night it was very close to being attempted. The closest I had ever come to that. And thankfully I ended up reaching out to somebody and just basically spent the entire night crying. And I wasn't okay after that, but I was alive. And everything had just gotten so loud in my head that I just broke. So I say all that to say that is what happened to me last year. Last year was survival. And then from October to December, I was myself. December kind of got a little iffy for some reason in the beginning, not during Christmas time, but in the beginning. And then after that passed, I was me. I felt like myself. I hadn't had a single bad thought. I hadn't, you know, I was dealing with anxiety, but the depression felt like it was gone. And I just felt this overwhelming sense of freedom, this overwhelming sense of joy, this overwhelming sense of glad to be alive. It was just this incredible, December, January, February, March, April, 5-month period of freedom, just pure freedom. And then the last month happened, and I felt like one thing after another just going boom, 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 boom. And it felt like too much to cope with. And that's when the thoughts started coming back. I'd say since I found out that Blondie died, pretty much. So for like a month. But I say that to say that there's a piece of me that is thankful that even though it's not this easy coasting street like it was, that I am having to deal with this battle in my head. There's something different about it this time. It's just, it's not the same. It's scary sometimes, it is needing help sometimes, it is wondering why I'm thinking what I'm thinking sometimes, but it's different. Because last year when I was going through this, I was also against myself. I hated myself. I thought that everybody else hated me. It's irrational, but it's what happens. And I felt like there was no reason for me to be here. This time is different. This time I am for myself. This time I love myself. This time I know that others love me. This time I know of thousands of reasons to be alive. And I feel this sense of separating the things. Separating, here's the side of me that's grieving and is overwhelmed, and here's the side of me that knows that I am stronger than all of this I want to say a word that I shouldn't say. I am stronger than all of this crap. I am stronger than all of it. And that is what makes the difference. That is what makes me know that even though it's kind of an uncertain, scary time, I am certain that it's gonna get better. And I wasn't before. I wasn't last year. I didn't see the light at the end of the tunnel last year. And I think that makes all the difference. And I think the title of this video is because of what happened last year, because of how low, I mean, there was literally no lower I could go while being alive. There was no lower I could go. I think because of that, and knowing that I survived that, and how things got so much better afterwards, it makes this round so much easier. And part of me hopes that it's also because I'm on placebo week, the TMI, the week where you bleed because you're off the active pills. And I start the active pills again at 7 o'clock tonight. So I'm hoping once my hormones get a little bit more stable again, that'll also make this go away. But even if it doesn't, it's just like this annoying voice in my head instead of this overwhelming dread and sadness, if that makes sense. So I think I want to reach out to anybody out there that's going through a really hard time or is having a reoccurrence of old issues. First of all, it doesn't make you weak, okay? It took me way too long to admit to somebody that it was happening again, including my therapist, which is just strange, but that was the other thing, I guess, that got to me was when I had my last therapy session. My therapist said she'd be leaving and I'd be getting a new one right into the session, and as I was talking about a lot of loss and tired of change, so that didn't really end very well, but I'm kind of better with that now. But now I lost my train of thought. I don't remember what I was saying, but anyway, it's just like I want to reach out to anybody out there struggling with a recurrence. Oh yeah, telling somebody. It doesn't make you weak, it doesn't make you broken, it doesn't make you stupid, it makes you human. We go through ups and we go through downs and we go through smooth rides and bumpy roads, and it's just part of the human experience. And so first of all, don't deal with it alone, but also just recognize that you and I am stronger than whatever mental health wants to throw at us. This is gonna kind of sound a little bit crazy, so if it sounds crazy, I'm sorry. But there is times where I almost want to kind of lash out, or I almost do lash out, like I'm listening to a certain song or something, and I lash out at my depression, my PMDD, like it's a person, and telling it, you know, I am stronger than you, I beat you. And one of the quotes I really liked that I found last year that stuck with me was, if you are struggling with depression, then depression, you are not, if you're still alive, you are not struggling with depression. Depression is struggling with you. So that is something to put at as, even though I'm having this reoccurrence of things I would rather not, depression is struggling with me because I'm winning, and I'm gonna win. So it's gonna keep struggling with me for as long as it likes to struggle with me. But it doesn't get to me like it used to. And so I think all that pain I went through last year, all that stuff I never want to relive, I think it ended up almost being a good thing. At the moment, it felt like the world was ending. But the world didn't end, and I think it helped me. I think it helped me become stronger. It helped me, when you're going through the thick of it, you really hate it when people say, it makes you stronger. You want to punch them sometimes, but it does, it makes you stronger. And it's just something that, in a weird way, I'm thankful that I went through. And I'm gonna get through this one too. And this round, whatever it is, we're gonna call it round 2, it's probably more like round 20, is easier this time. It's so much easier. And I don't want to say that to say that, oh, it's just, you know, no big deal. It's hard. It's tears, it's grieving multiple things, multiple losses, multiple changes because of those losses. It's being afraid of the future because of those losses. It's which is kind of where those thoughts stem from. It's feeling loneliness at times. It's needing help sometimes. It's being afraid of my own mind sometimes, and having to reach out and say, hey, I don't feel particularly well in this moment to be alone. But it's also knowing that I'm gonna get through this moment, and maybe this one will make me stronger for maybe a round 3, who knows. But my camera's dying, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. But if you're struggling, I see you, I hear you. You're gonna get through it, I'm gonna get through it, and we're gonna get back to Easy Street. So I will see you guys tomorrow, and thanks for listening to my ramble.